Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. Got some great things for you guys this week. Found some really cool stuff at an antique store this week, and then also have some cool stuff that I've been listening to I'd like to share with you guys. And then I have like a little vinyl community treat at the end. There is a t-shirt change, so don't be alarmed. I did this in 2 separate sessions. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Let's get into it. So earlier this week, a friend of mine sent me a picture of this record and said he said he had found this in a it's like an antique mall, I guess. And he sent me the picture, the Zero Boys Vicious Circle, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'd heard of this record, I've seen it, I listened to it. Really cool, like hardcore punk record. And I was like, are you gonna sell it? And he like goes around and finds things and flips them, you know, on the internet, and then, you know, buys the things that he wants. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sell it because it's not really my thing. And I was like, well, you know, how much you need for it? And he told me, you know, I bought it from him. He gave me a good deal on it. And he told me where he bought it, and the antique store is like pretty close to my house. And I was like, man. I was going to stop in there the other day, and I just didn't have time. And that's the thing, like, you never know. It seems like every time that happens, that just makes me sick. Anyways, so he's like, there might be some stuff left over there. I don't think so, but there might be some cool stuff. So I've been listening to this so much. This is a really good record. The way I've been with like punk and like hardcore punk stuff, I am not super knowledgeable. You guys know that. But it has piqued my interest over the past few years. I just didn't grow up with it. You know, you guys know my past. I grew up with classic rock, and so I don't know why I just never like really ventured into the punk. It didn't appeal to me in my ear as much as a kid. Like as a guitar player, I just didn't have much interest in that. But now like records like this has some like really good intricate guitar work. It's a super rare record to find. It's one people look for, but some really good, just kind of sloppy, but just like really killer guitar riffs and stuff. But this is one I want to spend some more time with. I originally bought it so I could put it in the shop because I like to have good things on the wall there, and sometimes I'll pay more than I should for a record and not make any money just so I can have really good stuff for my customers. So, but this one I'm kind of going to spend some time with. So anyways, I went back to the shop that he had told me, and I was just like, man, there's not gonna be anything there. He's probably picked it clean. And this is another one that he brought me, but it came from the same shop, and I was like, what? Dead Kennedy's Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables. This is one I've been wanting for a while for my collection. It's just like an essential punk record. But yeah, this is an original, or early, I won't say original, you know. This is an early Italian press with the poster. Just pretty cool find there. It's a pretty clean copy. And I've just been wanting one I'm trying to put together like a really good, small, modest, but solid punk collection. So this is one I felt like I needed. And so I got that from him, and I do like it a lot. So when I went back, those are the two. He didn't charge me much more than he paid for the Dead Kennedys, but the other one I had to kind of pay up for. So he also had this one. So you'll see on the Zero Boys, it's on this Nimrod label, which is a good label. If you see that, you know, obviously buy it. But this is also on that label is the master tape, and this has like it's a compilation of a ton of like that same era of hardcore punk stuff. So this was in like incredible condition. Got this for $10. But it has like a poster, you know, as the Toxic Reasons, Slammies, Battered Youth, Zero Boys, Delinquents. So it's like a comp of all these hardcore things on the label. And it's worth a good bit. I mean, I think it's worth like $50 or something. But so, I mean, you know, I was happy to pay $10 for it. And I was just thrilled to get it. And it kind of, I like comps like this because it's, turns me on to some more things that are in that same vein, because I'm always looking for education on that stuff. Because I do really like that style of music. I just kind of, in the past, I haven't really known where to start with it. So I'm kind of going by what I'm finding. So for some reason, I don't want to buy punk online. I don't want to go look for it online. Psych, I'm cool doing it. Funk, I'm cool doing it. But with punk, I really think it's cool to find it in person. For some reason, like, I'm just not going to go pay up for a punk record online. But when I'm finding it in person, I don't know why it is with it. I just kind of want to find it in the flesh, out in the wild. Another one, the last one. I mean, I got some things for the shop there. Like, I got some Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and just some like really solid stuff in there, cheap enough to where I could make a little bit of money in the shop. But then I got this one for myself. This one was also there. This is Budgie, Power Supply. Budgie is a really good hard rock band from the 70s, the early 70s, and they went into the 80s, and their style changed. But I think they were always good, in my opinion. They were always good. But the early ones, like Self-Titled and Squawk, those are dynamite albums. And some of them you can get for pretty cheap. Those two you can't. They're kind of expensive. But some of them are like $20 records, so just keep an eye out for them. The metal collection that I bought in December, I'm occasionally going, like, I still have some of it left, but all the metal's gone. I've sold all the metal out of it. And so the rest is like really common classic rock stuff that's not like worth a lot, but, you know, people buy it, like Marshall Tucker Band and the Outlaws and 38 Special and stuff like that. That's, you know, $5 or less. No biggies in there. And I was looking through the Outlaws records, and this was stuck right in the middle. And I was like, yes. So, I mean, it's an original promo copy, Overkill. And so I listened to it a good bit, and I'm hanging on to it for now. I do like it. I know there's some mega Overkill fans. This one's like perfect with the hype sticker, promo copy, and all that. This is the Years of Decay, but some pretty good thrash action that I really enjoyed. So that one's one I've been listening to a little bit. This is one I had years ago, and this is the Stooges Rubber. Is it called Rubber, right? Yeah, Rubber. This is a bootleg. It might not be a bootleg. It's on Get Back Records, 1998. It's just a live recordings from 1972, and there's like some studio outtakes and like jams and stuff on one of the sides. But anyways, pretty good live stuff for Stooges. Stooges live stuff is hit or miss. Some of it's total crapshoot. This is pretty good stuff. So really have been looking for another one. I had one years ago and sold it. This is a cheap Stooges record if you can find it. They're like $20. But that's a cool one. Came out in 98. Another one I got that I've been looking for a good bit. This is probably the heaviest hitter in this whole stack. This is Masters Apprentices, A Toast to Panama Red. Really good. A Psych slash hard rock. It's, you know, that genre I'm obsessed with, the psychedelic hard rock. Some amazing guitar riffs. There's Masters Apprentices has a couple albums that are really choice and killer. This is one, the original UK press I've been looking for a long time. Funny thing about this, like, yeah, I don't know if you know, eBay has like eBay bucks. So you order something and you get some eBay bucks. And you order something, and it's not like a lot. It's like a percentage of what you order. I don't know. Certain things you get more eBay bucks for than other things. And I hadn't checked my eBay bucks in a long time, and I got an email that they were expiring. And I had like 100 eBay bucks. So I was like, all right. So I splurged on that one. Didn't have to pay much for it since it was, I mean, I had to pay a lot for it. But, you know, the eBay bucks covered a good bit. So it's a great find. This is another one that I got this week that has been on my radar for a while, but I hadn't seen one. This is Goliath, Hard Rock and Thunder. This is a really sweet record. It's got like it's like hard rock, but it also has some like synth and stuff in it. Just a really cool record. And I got it and put it on, and I was really disappointed because the guy I got it from said it was like near mint, and I looked at it and it was, you know, but it had a warp to it, like a dish warp, and I was like, crap. But I did just order this like serious vinyl flat. So it's not a vinyl flat; it's a record flattener. It's like way more serious business than a vinyl flat. I'm probably gonna do a video on it. But anyways, and so I've had a lot of success with Dishworks. I haven't put this one in it yet, but this is one that I don't know, for whatever reason, like they're all warped. The original pressings are all warped. But this is one to seek out. You can listen to it. I think you can stream it. But this is a really good hard rock record with some like pretty cool synth stuff in it. It's very diverse hard rock stuff. Mid 70s. Funny story time. So I had a Butcher album. I had a Second State Butcher cover this week in the shop. Sold it. I had it for less than 24 hours. Here's a video of it really quick. Hey guys, just got this Beatles yesterday and today. This is the Butcher paste over. A lot of people ask how you can tell. The best way is to see Ringo back there. See his V-neck? He looks like a ghost. It's pretty unmistakable when you see it, you know. So anyways, a guy brought that in, and then he also brought in, and he knew what it was. It wasn't like I was, I got it for $1 or anything. We negotiated. He knew what he had. And so anyways, he brought in this record also. This is Blind Taxi, which is a Charlotte local, I would say hair metal would be the best way to describe it, band. And I bought it and I was like, I really shouldn't keep this because, somebody else who's more into hair metal and his local is going to want it more than me. But I was like, I listened to it and like, I'm not really into hair metal stuff, but it was still a really good record and it's local. So I was like really having a hard time deciding whether I was going to sell it or not. You never see these. I never see these around here. It's like a $100 record, really rare. And so I was like back and forth about it. And it's kind of been on my radar for a couple of years. And I feel like, oh yeah. And so I go back in the back. And I brought a bunch of stuff from home since I was moving. All the records I had from home that was I had some stuff boxed up in my garage that I hadn't dealt with. And I was kind of looking through some of that stuff to get ready for Saturday. And this was in there. And I was like, how have I owned this record for... I bought this collection 4 years ago that this came in. And I guess 4 years ago I didn't know about this record. And I picked all the like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and stuff out that I knew was going to sell. And then the rest of the stuff that I didn't know about or, need to look up or whatever, I left in the box. And so it was in my garage forever. And so it's kind of funny that I had owned this record and was looking for it and didn't even know I had it. But so anyways, but that was back there. It was the same day. I have not seen this record in my, years of digging. Haven't seen it at all, and then 2 copies in one day. So I sold the other one and kept that one. I felt like that was the right thing to do. So anyways, moving right along here. I got a reissue of this Hot Chocolate. This is like a 90s, like a 99 reissue. I think this is the only reissue that they did of Hot Chocolate. But Hot Chocolate is a really killer funk band and album. This album, the original pressings are like, I don't know, thousands of dollars, whatever. Out into the stratosphere of unaffordable. But a local guy had this when I was digging the other day, and he was like, he didn't want to sell it, and then he ended up bringing it in my shop and selling it to me anyways, which I really appreciate that. But this is one I've been after for a long time, and I'm fine having a reissue. Like the reissues are freaking hard to find anyway, so thrilled to have that. But Hot Chocolate, pretty good. Like, it's amazing funk that if you find an original of, you're very, very, very lucky man or woman. Another one I got from him is Black Renaissance. I believe the year on this was like 77. But this is a 2002 reissue. Harry Whitaker was the guy that like wrote this album, and he got some killer players on it. Woody Shaw, Azar Lawrence, Harry Whitaker, Buster Williams, like really, really iconic bass player. Billy Hart, M2 May. So like some great players on this record. And it's like jazz funk. And it's mind-blowing stuff, but there's some like Afrobeat feel to it. It's amazing. So they had something worked out with some Japanese label, and they sent the master tapes over to do like a private press of it. For whatever reason, it was going to be like a Japanese private press. And so Harry Whitaker sent the tapes to Japan, and they just pressed it and sold it and didn't give Harry Whitaker anything. He didn't give him his tapes back. So like he never got anything from it, and it was never able to reissue it on his own because this shady label screwed him. So really sucks, but it's a killer record. The 77 pressings are like, I think they have one on sale on Discogs for $6,000 or something. It's crazy. But this is the 2002 reissue, and it sounds really good. Thrilled to have that one and own it, because another one that the reissues are even hard to find. Got a couple JB's records. So this is a DJ promo of Dang Right, I'm Somebody. Expletive Right, I'm Somebody. I try to keep it PG rated for the kids. But I like this one. It has this quote on the back over and over again. Think that you are somebody and you'll be somebody. Positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking, which is so true. You know, you got to stay in that positive space. Have confidence in yourself. This is a DJ record, and it was from a DJ. You can tell because he's got his notes. And then, like, a lot of times DJs will, like, tape up the outer edge and then tear open the top and get the record out of the top, which sucks, but that's what happened with this record. But the vinyl itself's in pretty good shape. But JB's, so I got that one, and then I got Breaking Bread. But these both, JB's is, JB stands for James Brown. James Brown's band. All the JB's records are killer. James Brown's notorious for finding like the best musicians to play on his records, and always had some killer stuff. And then like the JB's records themselves are choice. Like the instrumentation is ridiculous. Very good stuff. Another one I got is this Detroit Sex Machines. The Stretch and the Funky Crawl, but this is a 12-inch. It's on Now Again Records. It only has 2 songs on it, but this has a very much Coal Mine Records, Daptone Records type of funk soul instrumentation. But they were Detroit Sex Machines was a band. I think they only came out with a couple singles, but that's a really cool 12-inch. I don't usually do 12 inches, but this one, Blair Nightlife. I think I might have showed this in a previous video, but I just put this on again the other night. And this is a record that if you saw it, you probably wouldn't even think much of it if you didn't know what it was. But this is a really good private press, late 70s, 78 disco funk. But some killer, like if you like funk, you know what I'm talking about. That killer disco, late 70s disco funk synth like stuff is just mind-blowing. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that is this. It is super good stuff. But I listened to this again this week with my kids. Like we were in my record room hanging, and it was just like a really good time. Got this Frigid Pink, all pink inside. Really good psychedelic / hard rock type thing. Pretty affordable. Frigid Pink stuff's great. Everything I don't have, I always grab. Got this one, Carolyn Franklin, Chain Reaction. Carolyn Franklin was Aretha Franklin's sister. This album is pretty good, but she has another sister called Irma Franklin, and Irma Franklin's record is better, like a lot better. It's on Brunswick, but I have it somewhere. I can't find it, but it's Aretha Franklin's sister, still pretty good album. I'm trying, so I'm still in the process of moving, so I'm trying to keep everything straight. So 2/3 of my collection I've logged on Discogs. And so I really wanted to keep all of that stuff straight, and make sure everything that I put in my room is logged on Discogs, because I'm having trouble remembering what I'd put on there and what I didn't. So the stuff I know is logged on Discogs, I went ahead and put it on my shelves. The stuff that's not, I've not put on my shelves yet, so they're still in boxes. So I'm making sure that all that stuff's on Discogs. So by the time I'm done setting everything up, everything would be on Discogs. There would be no confusion. So that's the goal. Running out of time here, but I got this in Toad State of Grace. This isn't even on Discogs. So I don't know. This is a Karma release, double LP. But this has Vic Virgit is the kind of main constant in Toad. So the band members fluctuate in and out, but Vic is the main dude all the time. And the other two guys that play on this, Claudio Salsi and Andre Booser, they aren't on any other Toad record. So I don't really know why you'd even call it a Toad record. You wouldn't call it like a Vic Virgin record. But it's some Toad songs, I guess is why. But some great stuff. I really like, he put Red House on here. But this was live in 1994. Yeah, Switzerland, 1994. And Vic Virgin went from being in Toad, which is just like, you guys know, I talk about it all the time, but freaking killer, early 70s, prog rock / hard rock, amazing guitar, incredible stuff. Love Toad, one of my favorite bands from that era. He went from that to doing like a solo career of like hair metal, I'd say, is what I call it. Which I'm not super into, but he's such a freaking killer guitar player that I will enjoy it. This album is somewhere in the middle. Like, it's in 94, so it's after all that. But you can hear influence from that. Like, his guitar lickage, it'll be like a blues-based, rhythm, but he would still have those heavy metal, like hair metal type guitar solo, like, runs in it, I guess you'd say. But pretty cool record. They're, like, it's a new release, like, I guess you could probably get them at some record stores. I think I have one copy left at my shop because I ordered a few. This is one that came in to the shop on trade. I get these all the time, the reissues. This is 40 Ounce to Freedom, Sublime. I get them in and out. I've had a couple copies in the past, and then I've just kind of sold them because it's like, whatever, you can get the reissue so easily. But this one's a really cool reissue. This is like, I want to say like 2010 reissue on this like killer color vinyl, which I'm not usually like a big color vinyl guy, but sometimes it gets me a little bit. And this one, like, it was just so cool, I had to keep it. And I was like, this will be my copy. It's in good shape. It's a cool pressing, like, pretty cool stuff. But, you guys may scoff at me for showing Sublime, but man, when I was in high school, like, this was my thing. And I didn't do drugs in high school, or now. I don't do drugs at all. But this was my, like, I loved this album. This was it for me for Sublime. Absolutely loved it. And like for years and years, you couldn't get it on vinyl, and now you can. And also, I'll use this as a segue. A lot of people ask me if I smoke pot. I do not. I don't do drugs. I don't drink any of that stuff. I get that all the time. People ask me all the time, like, hey, do you drink or you smoke pot or whatever? I don't. And it's not because I think it's wrong or whatever. It's like, I'm not going to weigh in on that. I don't know. I don't care. For me, it's not my thing. I can't. Just long story short, my dad was a really good dad, and never at any point in my life did I see him drunk or drinking or on drugs or anything. But before I was born, he had a real bad alcohol problem and a real bad drug problem. Not to say that you would be that way if you smoke pot, because it's different, I get that. But he just had a dependency on stuff. And so he quit all that before I was ever born, before he met my mom. And so, but his family line has a lot of alcoholics in it. My mom's family line has a lot of alcoholics in it. Thankfully, my grandfather broke that curse. So there was no alcoholism past that. But beyond that, like great-grandparents, there's a lot of dependency, like substance abuse type stuff. And so like I just always kind of stayed away from it because I knew that it was kind of a family curse. And then like now that I am a dad and I have small kids, like, like one of my kids has autism. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But he's just kind of, you always have to be alert with him. Like even when he's sleeping, he could wake up in the middle of the night. And so I cannot ever be in a state of just unplug and just like my brain being absent. I can't have that. And so like, and also my whole goal is to keep my brain as a finely tuned machine to where I'm always being productive in all of my thoughts and all of my time, being all the best I can be. And so any alteration of that would be counterproductive in my opinion. Not to mention the main thing is that I cannot ever unplug. I'm on 24/7 call with my kids. So it's just not for me. Small, just a little rant for that. But it may be for you, and that's fine. No judgment, don't care. It's whatever. This Keith Christmas, this is on his UK press on B&C. Really good, like almost Nick Drake-esque, sad, folk type stuff. So really good. This album's pretty tough to get, and I actually have 2 copies, so I'm selling one in the shop on Saturday. But that's a really, really killer record. This is another funk one I should have showed it earlier. The Politicians featuring McKinley Jackson. This is a killer funk record, very diverse. I listened to this probably 10 times this week. It's that good. But I just found it a couple weeks ago. I've been tearing it up, listening to it like crazy. Very good funk record. And then last one I'm going to show from now is Rush and Moving Pictures. This is a direct metal mastering, 180 gram audio file, like a fairly new pressing that I think you can get for like 25, 30 bucks. But like the other day I put this on and I forgot how good it was. Like Rush. I've never been like a huge Rush guy, but I did see them live when I was young, and like I always liked, Tom Sawyer and like a couple of songs on this record. But I got this reissue probably a year ago, and anytime I want to test out my system, like this really thumps, man. This pressing, if you're looking for a good pressing, this one is a good affordable pressing that I highly recommend. But I listened to that this week and I was like, man, that's good stuff. So also gonna talk about this. So a bunch of members of the vinyl community have gotten together and signed this Doors record. This is like I think it's a 45 RPM. It's like a really great packaging with CDs and everything. But the point of it is it's being signed by like a bunch of YouTube channels, and it's going to be auctioned off for the Save the Music Foundation, put on by VH1. But it's just like it's like a charity to donate music to donate money to keep music as a part of like public schools. So I never was able to take advantage of public school music education. I wish I had. I couldn't read music as a kid. I did everything by ear, and so I didn't really get. I didn't have a huge music program at my school, so that's something I really could have benefited from, I feel like, as a kid. So it's being sent around. It got sent to me, and so I'm going to put a link to the Save the Music Foundation in this, and then I'm going to sign it, and then I'm going to pass it on to. I think I know who I'm going to send it to. It's going to be pretty cool. But let's see. There it is. Boom, signed it. So it's going to go on to the next, and it's going to get auctioned off eventually to raise some money for the Save Music Foundation. So that's for you. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, and then remember, you can buy all your new releases and pre-orders and stuff from my website. I'll have that link below for you. It's Noblerecordstore.com. You can get all that stuff there. And follow us on Instagram. That's @NobleRecords. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.